Look around you, at the world we've built. It's all about stability, isn't it? A stable job, a stable home, a stable life. We pour concrete, we make 5-year plans, we seek guarantees. But what happens when the ground, as it inevitably does, begins to shift? When the markets tremble, when relationships fracture, when a single phone call dismantles the reality you thought was so solid. Our search for stability can leave us terrified of the slightest tremor. But what if I told you there is a master of instability? A creature that doesn't just cope with chaos but prefers it? An animal that seeks out the most unstable, unpredictable, and treacherous ground because that is where it finds its greatest advantage. That animal is the goat. Today, we are studying a philosophy of motion. We are decoding a creature that embodies a state of tenacious equilibrium. This isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being unmovable because you are in constant, fluid motion. This video is a deep dive into the GOAT mentality. We will explore 4 powerful traits: their tenacious equilibrium, a pragmatic agility that redefines problem solving, an investigative curiosity that maps the world, and a profound understanding of sovereign interdependence, the balance between the self and the tribe. We will hold these traits up as a mirror to our own human struggles with uncertainty. We will see how the GOAT doesn't fight the unstable ground, it dances with it. And by the end of this, you will have a new framework for navigating the shifting cliffs of your own life. Let's begin with the most visually stunning of their talents: tenacious equilibrium. Watch a mountain goat on a sheer rock face. The wind is a physical force. The ledge is mere inches wide, every stone is a potential landslide. This is not a place of safety, it is a place of perpetual calculated risk. The goat does not achieve balance here by remaining perfectly still. That would be suicide. It achieves balance through 1,000 tiny, constant, micro-adjustments. A shift of weight in its haunches, a subtle tightening of a tendon in its leg, the splaying of a hoof to find a new point of contact. Its balance is not a static state. It is a dynamic, ongoing action. Now bring that into your world. Your instability might be an industry being disrupted by new technology. It might be the emotional whirlwind of a personal loss. It might be the simple daily anxiety of not knowing what comes next. Our human instinct is to freeze, to white-knuckle our way through, clinging to the way things were, trying to force the world back into a stable, familiar shape. We exhaust ourselves fighting the tremor. The GOAT teaches us a different way. It doesn't waste energy wishing the cliff were flat. It expends energy on the continuous, graceful act of finding balance within the chaos. It asks you, in your life, are you trying to stop the earthquake, or are you practicing the subtle art of adjusting your footing? Are you seeking a stability that no longer exists, or are you developing the core strength to remain centered amid the chaos? Tenacious equilibrium is the understanding that balance isn't something you find and keep. It's something you actively do, moment by moment, on the shifting stones of your present reality. But this dynamic balance would be useless without our second trait: pragmatic agility. Observe a goat traversing a scree slope, a hill of loose, sliding rocks. Its path is never a straight line. It moves in a series of zigzags, testing each rock, quickly abandoning those that shift, leveraging those that hold. Its hooves are a perfect design for this: a hard, sharp rim to dig in, and a soft, pliable pad that conforms to the shape of the rock, creating a temporary grip. This is the opposite of brute force. This is intelligent, adaptive movement. It is the embodiment of the phrase, "The obstacle is the path." We, as humans, often approach our problems like a battering ram. We create a linear plan, point A to point B, and when we encounter an obstacle, we either beat our heads against it until we are exhausted or we give up entirely. We see a change of direction as a failure. The GOAT sees it as the only logical strategy. Pragmatic agility is the willingness to be wronged, to let go of a failing approach without ego, and to immediately pivot to a new one. When your business model is rendered obsolete, do you stubbornly try to sell the same product? Or do you, like the GOAT, quickly test a new direction? When a conversation is going nowhere, do you just say the same thing louder, or do you change your tack? The GOAT is the ultimate pragmatist. Its goal is to reach the grazing ground, not to validate its first choice of path. It is relentlessly focused on what works, not on what it planned. This nimbleness is fueled by our third trait: investigative curiosity. The GOAT is infamous for putting everything in its mouth. We dismiss this as simple-minded chewing. But look closer. This is how it gathers data. This is how it discovers that one specific bush is medicinal. This is how it learns that a certain type of bark has moisture when the streams are dry. Its curiosity is a constant, low-stakes exploration of its environment. It is a living, breathing research project, always compiling information for future use. In our modern, specialized world, we are often discouraged from this kind of broad curiosity. Stay in your lane. Focus on your core competency. We become experts in a tiny vertical slice of the world, and we ignore the vast horizontal landscape around us. But when the climate changes, when your lane suddenly becomes a dead end, this hyper-specialization leaves you stranded. The GOAT mentality demands a wide investigative curiosity. It's about nibbling on knowledge from different fields. It's about reading a book on a topic you know nothing about. It's about having a conversation with someone in a completely different industry. You are not just collecting facts. You are mapping potential resources, hidden pathways, and future opportunities. That random skill you learned for fun? That could be your next foothold when your primary ledge crumbles away. The GOAT's curiosity is its insurance policy against an uncertain future. Finally, we arrive at the GOAT's sophisticated social calculus. Sovereign interdependence. GOATs are herd animals. There is undeniable power in the collective. The herd provides warmth, protection, and shared knowledge of migratory paths. But within that herd, you will consistently see individuals, often the ones who reach the highest peaks, who break away. They venture off on their own, exploring a new valley or a dangerous outcrop. They are not rejected. They are sovereign entities choosing temporary solitude. They understand a crucial duality. I am part of a whole, and I am a whole myself. We humans frequently struggle with this balance. We either drown in the collective, subsuming our own goals and identity for the sake of belonging, becoming terrified of standing out or being alone. Or we champion a brittle, go-it-alone individualism that refuses help, connection, or the wisdom of the tribe, leading to isolation and burnout. The GOAT shows us a more evolved path. It is secure enough in its own capabilities to venture out alone, to think for itself, to face a cliff without the herd watching its back. Yet, it is wise enough to know that the long, cold night or the threat of a predator requires the strength of the community. It asks you, are you capable of standing on your own 2 feet, making a hard decision against the grain of your herd? And are you humble enough to know when you need to return to the group for warmth, support, and collective strength? Sovereign interdependence is the art of being a self-reliable individual who chooses connection, not one who needs it to survive. So let's bring it all together. The GOAT mentality. It is a profound acceptance that the ground is never truly solid. It is the practice of finding your tenacious equilibrium through constant, gentle adjustment. It is the pragmatic agility to change your path without mourning the lost one. It is the investigative curiosity that constantly maps new resources for the journey. And it is the sovereign interdependence to walk with the tribe without losing your own singular direction. The next time you feel the world shifting under your feet, don't pray for the shaking to stop. Instead ask, what would the GOAT do? It would plant its feet, feel the terrain, and make the first small adjustments. It would trust in its ability to move, to adapt, and to find nourishment in the most unlikely places. It understands that the summit is not reached by those who wait for calm weather, but by those who learn to climb in the storm. If this exploration of the GOAT as philosophy has given you a new lens through which to view your own challenges, if you feel inspired to embrace a little more tenacious equilibrium in your own life, then please pay it forward. Give this video a thumbs up, it truly helps our channel climb higher. Share it with a friend who you know is navigating their own unstable terrain. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and tap that bell. Our journey into the hidden wisdom of the animal kingdom is just beginning, and we have so many more profound teachers to learn from. The path ahead is uncertain, and that is precisely what makes the climb so worthwhile.